Welcome, Knights of Apollo, to another online battle, Medieval 2 Total War. This one is starting off very quickly with Scotland and Spain, the two defenders for today, sallying out some cav units. We've got some border horse from Scotland, and we have some heavier horse, some Knights of Santiago, and some conquistadors from Spain. Looks like they're going to charge into England and try to get some early harass off. We're going to watch this cav charge, watch a little bit of this battle, and then I have a very, very awesome announcement for you guys. So I will tell you that once we get through this little engagement. And look at this, the longbows are letting loose hell upon the border horse. And they're taking some heavy hits. I don't know how I feel about the fire arrows. I don't think they're necessary in this situation. I think you're a little bit better off using standard shot because you'll get more shots off. And then over here we have a cav charge. We've got the English Knights charging into the conquistadors. Actually, these are Knights Hospitaller, excuse me. And we have some hobblers charging in. So they're facing the heavy horse. I don't think this is a good matchup for them, but they're keeping back the Spanish cav, and that's all that really matters. If they can pin them down, they can use their bows. Let's check out what's going on over here against Scotland. Well, they're desperately trying to maneuver around. I guess Spain is keeping the English cav, you know, stuck in a fight while the Scottish try to charge around, use their border horse. And actually, you know what? He's going to go for the kill. He's going to go for a hammer and anvil on the backs of the English cav. Here we go. Boom. Oh, that was beautiful charge, and that's really going to help break the English cav. And that is not a good start for England. He definitely needs some support. If you look off into the distance, Portugal to the rescue, sending over some heavy cav, but they are very far away. We got the General's Bodyguard and some Knights of Santiago charging over. But England is quickly forming up a protective square around his very important artillery pieces. Really good charge from the border horse. Not killing too many, but, you know, actually that really wasn't that great of a charge. Did not kill a lot there, and they actually broke the border horse. But Spain is still in healthy numbers. The Knights Hospitaller for England is still in the fight. They are not breaking just yet, even though they're completely surrounded. But now is the time. Oh, England has their General's Bodyguard. But the border horse are just not going to be able to get inside this protective square. And that's a really, really good idea from England to form that little noob box. But I wouldn't call that a noob box. I would call that just using your head, using your noggin. And he's going to continue to shoot fire arrows. Again, I still think it's better to use standard shot there because you can get more volleys off and it's a little bit more accurate. But that's okay. He's still getting the job done. And Portugal is now arriving. What a pleasant sight if you're an Englishman right now. Just huzzah, the Portuguese are here to help out. But it seems like most of the mess is clean up. They just need to kill this one unit of Knights of Santiago. And I believe after this little engagement, we can go over the army comps and talk about the cool announcement I got for you guys. And I'll go ahead and tell you now because this is pretty much over. All right, so everybody knows that this week is Christmas. If you didn't know, well, now you know now. This Friday, I believe, is Christmas. And I really wanted to give you guys a little gift. You know, just a little something from Uncle Apollo. You know, just give me something because you guys are so awesome. Well, I decided to do Siege Week this week. For Christmas week, we are going to have Siege Week every day as a little gift to you guys. Really, I mean, it's my honor to do the siege battles for you guys because it's just so much fun to make these videos. But I hope you guys will enjoy today's Siege Week, and on Christmas we're going to have a special themed Christmas siege battle. So look out for that. It's going to be pretty fun. Nothing like crazy or anything, but just a little something special. And we'll go ahead and get started on today's Monday Siege Week battle. If you've never heard of Siege Week, we basically play siege battles throughout the week. Monday through Saturday, there will be a siege battle every day. Also, I will be showing even more battles like pitch battles along with the siege battles. So I'm going to have a lot of battles coming out this week. And hopefully you enjoy them all, and hopefully you will enjoy the siege battle. It started off pretty epically, so let's get started with the army comp, starting with the English, commanded by Scary 77. He's bringing a lot of longbows, which is really, really important in siege battles. I feel like England is a little bit better with defending rather than attacking because crossbows are so good at destroying defenses. But longbows are still going to do a lot of damage. He's got a culverin and a catapult, and I really wanted to bring this up because I think this is really smart because catapults are really, really useful at destroying choke points and defenses. I think that's a cool combo. Bring in the heavy gunpowder artillery to bring down the walls, and then bring the nice wooden catapults that are pretty good at killing huge blobs of defenders. Now, if we look at his infantry, he's bringing, of course, the armored swordsman. He has, I believe, let's see, the English knights over here, dismounted. More longbows over here, and then some feudal knights and a general's bodyguard. He also had some hobblers and some hospitaller knights, but they have perished. They died bravely fighting for their country. Now, let's go ahead and check out his ally over here, which is Portugal, who saved the day, commanded by Marquis Payne. And he is bringing a very nice army. Portugal is one of the best sieging factions because they have a very nice infantry roster, very good cav, and very good archers. And, of course, they have pikes and artillery. But right now, he's marching forward. And look at this little defense around the army. That's just him being so paranoid of enemy cav. But he's got a lot of feudal knights and a lot of conquistadors. He also has some Pavese crossbowmen. He's got some dismounted Portuguese knights, which are a lot like the English knights. He's got 2 units of basilisk, and he's got the pikes over here. Aventuros is how I pronounce it. So that is Portugal. So yay for Portugal. Love to see them on the battlefield. Very glorious army. And then over here we have Sicily, which is already marching up because it seems like the defenders are just not interested in defending the outer walls, which is probably the best idea when you're outnumbered like this. You don't have enough troops to defend everything. So, you know, if you try to defend everything, you defend nothing. There you go. All right. There's your philosophy for today. All right, so Sicily commanded by Vorador. He's got some Norman knights, dismounted Norman knights. Looks like they're heavily armored. And we've got some Pavese crossbowmen and more Norman knights, which are equivalent to feudal knights. If you didn't know that, they're pretty much the same stats. I think exactly the same stats. Here's more Pavese crossbows, and then he's bringing the sword and bucklermen, which is a really nice addition to his army. Give them some upgrades, and they are very, very good at what they do, which is killing people in the late period. And then he's got a mortar, which, you know, could be helpful as long as you destroy the choke points. And then he's got a cannon over here, which is good, so he can knock down some walls, because mortars are not that great at destroying walls. And then he's got 2 units of chivalric knights. So far, the attacking armies have been pretty solid, but I think if I had to pick my favorite one, it'd have to be Portugal, just because they're so nasty as a faction. But let's look at the defenders now. What is this? Oh, okay, hold that thought, guys. We've got some Knights of Santiago from Portugal charging in. Got Scotland, they've got some infantry fighting them off. This is not a good position for their cav, but I guess Portugal felt like, you know what, I really don't have any other use for this cav, so I might as well just charge them in and try to get some kills. He was going for the noble Highland archers, which is a pretty good target if you can get some charges on them, but they are getting chopped down. They are getting chopped, and they are gone by Knights of Santiago. So let's go ahead and check out Scotland. So Scotland commanded by Al, and he has some Gallic axemen. Of course, he's got the noble pikemen. Very nice. Scotland, they've got the best pikes, man. They've got really good pikes and a lot of different pikes, so you can really spam them. So more noble pikemen. Then he's got the dismounted feudal knights that are scattered around here, ready to defend the second layer wall. Whatever comes through that wall, they will fight to the bitter end. They are Scottish, noble soldiers. And speaking of noble, he's got some noble swordsmen ready to go. He's saving them in reserve. He also has some cav left over, and his general is in this noble swordsman unit. And he has a trebuchet, which I don't really like trebuchets defending unless you're going to try to be aggressive and shoot over your walls and try to harass the enemy. I think you're better off just getting a catapult. So yeah, that's Scotland's army. Then we have Spain here, commanded by 2002 Costas. And Spain is another great sieging faction, defending or attacking. They're really good because just like Portugal, they have very similar rosters. They can bring the conquistadors, which he is bringing right here. He's got the chivalric knights, feudal knights, the Pavese crossbowmen, and he's got some Pavese out here as well. It looks like they're going to hold this outer position. And he's got some knights over here that he's saving for the siege. And I think he's got some pikes as well. Yeah, the Terrico pikemen and more conquistadors. So beautiful armies from everyone. So you can tell a player's skill usually just by looking at their army comp. So I'm really excited to see this battle. And what we're going to do now, guys, is just cut through the bombardment phase, excuse me. And then we'll start this back up once the attacking armies advance forward and try to bring down their second layer defense. But first, we're going to watch this cutscene. There you go. All right, I'll see you around. Welcome back, ladies and gents. So, some bombarding has been happening, a little bit of skirmishing, a little bit of cav action. Again, nothing crazy important, but we do have England pushing forward his catapult, and Scotland and Spain, they're being very stubborn, and they are not giving up this position, even though they're now getting harassed by a catapult that is lighting them aflame. So the archers are going to hold their ground. The longbows are now in position using their fire arrows, trying to weaken their defense, just trying to get them to go back inside. But they will not surrender this position. They will fight on. Other things that happened, well, they knocked down a couple section of the walls. There's a little bit of a skirmish battle going on here. Now, Sicily moved his crossbows up on this wall and is firing at Spain. If I was Spain, I would just let him fire, because he's really not going to get a lot of kills. Shooting crossbows like that is just not very effective, and if he wants to waste his ammo trying to get kills like that, I say let him. Let him shoot like that. Don't try to kill him. Ooh, and now we got the trebuchet firing back. So both armies here pushing up, or all three armies pushing up their forces. But this catapult is taking a lot of casualties from the Scottish archers, so they need to get them out of there. I really don't want to see this catapult die, because I want to see some glorious volleys from it. But now they're taking shelter behind the buildings here in the street, but they're still getting hit pretty hard. And here comes this trebuchet destroying their own homes. Where is that trebuchet? Oh, there it is. Yeah, the great thing about a trebuchet, it has terrible range, but it has fantastic, or I'm sorry, not terrible range. It has terrible accuracy, but it has fantastic range. Got it mixed up. But it looks like they're going to get ready and fire off another volley. Come on. Make sure you put enough counterweight in there. Gotta fire those boulders of justice. And there goes another wall. So I was gonna fast forward through this part, but I feel like this is pretty damn epic, and I really wanted you guys to witness this part, because I like the stubbornness of the defenders. It may not be the smartest thing, but I like the integrity of trying to keep this position. And really, they're not losing too many forces. They don't have a lot out here, so it's really not too bad. And I just wish England would turn off his fire arrows. Now Scotland's using them. Fire arrows are best when you're trying to break a huge blob of infantry. So if you got like a whole bunch of infantry grouped up fighting in a choke point, use fire arrows then, because you could break them and cause a huge chain rout, because that's what fire arrows are for in Total War. Just scare your enemy. But we do have some retreating by the Scottish. This choke point has been opened. It looks like some archers that were stationed up on the wall fell to their death after the wall crumbled down. And here comes another wall crashing down. And it looks like things are going to simmer down a little bit, but we still have a little bit of skirmishing going on. Sicily pushing up their Pavese crossbows, and then we have Portugal protecting the Sicilian Pavese crossbows. And so far this battle has been very epic, but they're just losing so many troops. This is just not worth it. Get out of there. Go back inside the settlement. Sometimes it's worth it to have troops out here defending. I would say it would be worth it if the attackers just push forward a bunch of infantry, because what you can do is hold them back with just a few units of infantry, and then use your archers up on this wall to fire down. But the attackers are being really smart, and they're only moving up their archers, and they're only moving up the occasional cav charge to try to weaken their defense. So honestly, I think it's just best in this situation to retreat your forces, get them inside the walls there. But the cav charging into some pikes, not that bad. I don't think the general is in this unit, so he's not going to risk, losing his general, because that would not be very smart, trying to go for a charge like that. Okay, so I think it's going to begin, guys. I think we've got England pushing up some armored swordsmen. We'll go ahead and fast forward a little bit. Yes, we do have England charging in. He's got 1 unit going in. There you go. Get in there. Kill those pikes. Try to get really close to them to make them drop their pikes. And it looks like that's what they're doing. They're taking their swords out. Pikes were not very effective in their defense against the armored swordsmen. And let's see what's going on over on this side. Okay, so England's not going to charge up this way. So maybe he's just committing 1 force of infantry to try to weaken their defense, trying to finally get them to commit, you know, going back inside their settlement. But damn, they are just so stubborn, especially Spain. Just will not give up this position. Ooh, some flanking fire on the cav over here. Oh, and we have more English infantry. You got the dismounted English knights going in. And there we go. They're breaking the Pavi's crossbow. So it looks like the attackers are finally going to capture this this little hill right here that leads to the second layer. So I can imagine that pretty soon they are going to mobilize all their forces and begin to push for the town center. Now this is where it's really important for the attackers. They either get really aggressive and clumsy and just send in their forces and they get slaughtered, or they're going to be really smart with their forces, push up some crossbows and try to weaken their defense before they charge in, which is absolutely vital to any kind of siege battle. So okay, good. This is a really good sign. He's moving up his longbows. He's going to try to pepper down the defenses before he charges in. Make the defenders feel uncomfortable. Don't just run in there and think that you're going to go all Rambo on them and just slaughter them, because that's not going to happen. Here comes the longbows loading up. Oh, are they firing at the archers up there? Yeah, that's not... I really wouldn't go for those archers. I would go for the choke points over here. But look at this. The defenders are well prepared for this tactic. They don't have any troops outside the layer, the outer walls here. They don't have any troops like standing right in front of the gap. They're keeping them behind the walls, which is really smart. At the very back right here, they are exposed a little bit. But still, overall, I do like this tactic. And the archers are now retreating from the walls. And it looks like England is the only one pushing up his archers. So we're going to fast forward a little bit. See what he can get done. Oh, we do have a trebuchet firing though. Okay, here's Sicily pushing up some crossbows as well. So we'll go back to normal speed. And I really want to show you this part, guys, because I know it's not the most action-packed, intense thing, but this is so important when you're trying to take out a siege settlement in Medieval 2. You want to use your archers, and you want to be aggressive with your archers. Don't be afraid of losing archers to enemy archer fire or artillery or the arrow towers up on the wall. Archers are there to absorb that kind of stuff. And even if you lose a couple of archer units, or not even units, but archer troops within your unit, it's not a big deal. You don't lose ammo, and you still have a solid force of troops firing into their defenses. So don't be afraid to... Oh god, hang on. Hold that thought. Oh, that was so close. Don't be afraid to be aggressive with your archers. Just have a couple units, maybe some cav units nearby to protect them in case the defenders try to charge out of their defense and try to go after your archers, or have some infantry nearby. But it looks like Portugal's finally pushing up some crossbows. You want to get those crossbows as close as possible. That's the best way to use them. Now, I understand why he's using the longbows pretty far away, but get those crossbows up there. I mean, get them point blank close. Oh, jeez. This is nice. See, they're being so patient in their assault, and this is so important in a siege battle. You know what? I'm gonna make this the thumbnail just to express how important this is. There we go. That's a pretty epic one right there. Let's get a closer shot here. Yeah. Archers OP in siege battle. Archers win siege battles. It is that important. I know I've said infantry wins siege battles, but archers also win siege battles. Archers and crossbows. And we have the catapult over here from England. I like that positioning of the catapult because he has a very good angle to all the troops over here, so he should be able to get some kills if he's smart about it. We also have some artillery over here from Portugal being pushed forward, which is really nice. But the defenders are just sitting back and just trying to keep their men alive from the hell of fire coming down. Oh, and the trebuchet. Oh god, that was a good hit. And a very good target there, taking out the armored swordsman. See, it's the way that infantry and archers work together is so important. It is so important. They make the perfect team. You cannot win alone with archers, and you cannot win alone with infantry. You both need them. So be sure to at least bring 4 units of some kind of skirmishing unit when you're attacking. Maybe even more. Just don't get like too many archers, then you won't have any infantry to try to fight off the enemy. Is he firing this catapult? We got to make sure to watch that. Okay, he's going to push it forward. And then he's got his dismounted English knights protecting the catapult. This battle has been really good so far. It seems like all the players here are pretty solid players. Oh, a good hit right there. Very experienced players. And here we go. Portugal's charging in. So he's not going to wait anymore. And I feel like he's trying to get them by surprise, because I don't think they were expecting that. So here we go. Dismounted Portuguese knights charging in. Not the best unit to charge in first. I would prefer charging in feudal knights because they have a nice shield and they can go toe-to-toe for a pretty long time against other enemy shielded infantry. The Portuguese knights, they suffer from the two-handed glitch, so yeah. I don't know how I feel about charging them in first. And here comes Sicily now charging through the gates. And they're actually going to charge actually in front of the Chivalric Knights here. So they decided to just, you know, full on commit. And now we've got a big old brawl, and the defenses here are all over the place. They were not prepared for this. Here we go. England is pushing through here. Is that the catapult firing? Let's see. Come on. Now it's kind of tough to fire this catapult because there's a lot of friendly forces inside. So it could be pretty easy to get some friendly fire. But England is making a great push over here. You got some conquistadors and some Scottish feudal knights keeping them back. There we go. It is loading up. Let's see where this goes. Get a nice zoom out here. Look at this battle so far. It's pretty... Oh, yes! Oh, my God! Oh my God. Both volleys right into the pikes. That's going to save a lot of lives for the attackers. Pikemen can hold choke points for so long. Well, let's go ahead and go into the sunlight over here and view this beautiful battle, seeing all the shiny armor, all these men slaughtering each other. Oh my God, another great volley. Was that from the catapult? But the trebuchet trying to desperately weaken the defenses over here. But look at this, the attackers still have a lot of reserves. They charged in a lot of their forces, but yet they still have a lot of reserves. So this is going to be a pretty tough battle for the defenders, because so far the attackers are making great progress. I love the battle for the second layer in this position. It is so great. It is just so intense every time. But it looks like the defenders are winning at this position right here. The Scottish pikes are holding their ground. We've got the conquistadors waiting in reserve. Now it looks like he's going to send in his noble Highland archers. I believe they are out of ammo. And it seems like Scotland's slowly getting... Oh my God! Hold that thought. More kills from the catapult. Oh, he's just getting a ton of kills from that. Oh! Oh, that actually killed a lot of his own allies' men. That's alright. It's worth it. Definitely worth it. And here comes more fire arrows. The longbows letting loose some bows there, some arrows. So yeah, Scotland is slowly repositioning himself and recapturing this position, because England early on, they were really pushing through, but I believe Scotland's going to be able to handle this and push them back out. But do they have enough manpower to do it and get to that catapult? That is the question. If they really do need to silence that catapult. And I'm so glad, oh my God, I'm so glad England brought that catapult, because it's doing a fantastic job. So let's head over and view the other sections of the battle. Oh, the catapult, man. It's ridiculous. It looks like the defenders are holding on, and I'm quite impressed by that, because it looked like they were kind of losing their ground, losing their footing in this defense. What is this? Oh, Sicily. Oh, he brought some arrow. Oh, nice. Well done by Sicily. Okay, let me show you this, because this is a really good tactic here. And if you're trying to learn how to be a better attacker, pay attention to this right here. Sicily move forward his Norman Knights. He used his ladders here. And do you notice that there's no way to get to this wall except right here? And the Sicilian infantry is protecting that. So the archers here are not going to be harassed because we have the Normans protecting this only entry point. So now the crossbows are going to be able to freely fire into the defenders. And look at this, we got a red alert. The defenders are retreating for their lives. They're going to retreat back. The second layer is lost. And it looks like the attackers are going to capture it and put their flags on the walls. You've got men on top of the walls, just waving their flags, letting their commanders know that they've captured the second layer wall. Here we go. Spain is prepared for the massive retreat, and he's got some pikemen protecting the retreating forces. I don't know how long they're gonna last, but they're definitely gonna give time to the retreating defenders right here. Oh, nice. Oh, we got the trebuchet firing back. They're not really going to get a lot of kills there, but, I mean, it's just not a good angle for that trebuchet. And look at the longbows are firing into that huge blob of forces. Yes. Yeah, the attackers are going to push their advantage and just try to continue to push through here. I really hope they don't get too aggressive because this is another crucial part to the siege battle. What they need to do is, again, repeat that same tactic. Move up the crossbows, move up the archers, and weaken this third layer defense. Just keep on doing it. Rinse and repeat. So hopefully they will do that. You don't know how many times where I've seen attackers do a really good job taking the second layer, but once they break through, they just continue to push like a bunch of crazy men, and they try to just take down their defense, and then their army gets slaughtered because the defenders are holding that choke point way over there so well. But it looks like he's not doing that yet. We do have the conquistadors kind of flanking around these pikemen, and now the pikemen are surrounded. Our Iberian soldiers slaughtering each other. It is a tragic sight. But look at the mass number of attackers here. This is a great position for that trebuchet to fire. If he can only just fire. And Sicily is now maneuvering over to this side. And if we look at the defense, what do we got here? We've got some pikemen from Spain and Scotland. Ooh, nice mix of the Chivalric Knights. I like that. Isn't that an awesome look right there? That is so cool. Hold, men! Okay, so the attackers are doing what I thought they shouldn't have done, which is just be super aggressive and just move in their infantry. You know, it's almost like a mind game. It's like an art of war where you make the enemy think that you're in a weaker position, but really you have the advantage, and the attackers are going to be arrogant and they're going to push forward their infantry and get slaughtered. We've seen it so many times in history where a larger army feels like they have the advantage. They push forward and then they just get slaughtered by a much more well-planned defender or enemy army. Look at this. Sicily is being very, very careless right now. And this is so dangerous because look how blobbed up they are. This could cause an instant chain rout. And look at the pikes. Look at them go. That is such an awesome... I love just watching the battle lines here in Medieval 2 and just watching the pikes keep them back. But he's pushing through this little weak spot right here, this corner. And now he's got the pikes. He's attacking the pikes on the flank. And now Portugal's pushing through. They better send in more infantry. Okay, they do have some noble swordsmen now boosting up the defense over here. And this is going to be quite the showdown. Oh, pikemen, where are you going? What are they doing? They're retreating. Oh, hold, pikes, hold. And we do have some... Oh, very good. Okay, so he does have some archers back here. They're not being completely reckless with their army. But that trebuchet... Oh, that was a good hit right there. That went right over the pikes' heads. That's a risky shot, but it paid off there. And, you know, sometimes you just got to take the risk. You don't know how many times I've played this game, and I've done the risky move, and I failed, and I destroyed my own army. But sometimes you take the risky move, and you slaughter the enemy forces, and it's so, so rewarding. It's so awesome. But this is... Oh, another good hit, guys, from the trebuchet. I'm really impressed. Really good hits there. But look at this courtyard of a battle. Oh, here comes another volley. Looks like they're going for the units in the back there. I mean, look at this. This reminds me of Lord of the Rings, the Battle of Helm's Deep at the very end when they're showing all the Uruk-hai just like all over the settlement, and that's what it looks like. The attackers' infantry is just all over here, like water, a river flowing through the settlement of evil enemy forces. Well, they're not evil, but you know what I mean. Attacking forces. That wall right there is preventing them. That's a tough position for their trebuchet to get any kills. Let's get some nice close-ups of this battle. This is crazy intense. Sicily. Oh, wow. There we go. That was really good. Killing a lot of the English infantry there. The pikes are holding. They're doing a great job. It's always smart to mix in your melee, like shielded, like one-handed sword shield unit. You know what I mean. Heavy infantry mixed with your pikes. Ooh, that looks like he killed a lot of his own men there. Yes, he did. And now they're chain routing. Got 2 of them breaking. Oh, jeez. Oh, man. So even though he killed some of his own men there, he did kill so far a lot of the attackers. So I think it's worth it. But they need to send in more infantry. Oh, are they down to like nothing? Send in that cav. Yes, they are down to nothing. This is it for them. They're keeping back the attackers with this final defense. It looks like it's mostly Scottish nobles. Oh, there we go. Good use of the trebuchet. Oh, this is just cruel. England pushing up their catapult, that vicious catapult. Could you imagine being one of the defenders and seeing that catapult again? Like after fighting in the second layer, you're like, ugh, that damn catapult is here again. We must destroy it. It'd be a very sad sight because you're already like feeling like you lose in the battle, and then to top it off, you see that catapult that took so many of your friends' lives, your comrades. Oh my God, look at that. That was a really good volley. That's not good. All that artillery fire is going to cause them to break. And look at this. Sicily is slowly pushing forward. So I know I was saying that the attackers were being super aggressive, but it is paying off. It is really paying off. They just have so many troops that they don't really need to worry about that. Oh, getting some friendly fire there. Actually, you know what? I don't know. I think they killed mostly Spanish. But this is not good. Look at this. See how Sicily's going to be able to close in there? Bird's eye view. Looks like these retreating forces are going to make it back inside the town center. But Sicily is making a great push. They're trying to get to the Scottish catapult. Oh, wow. That killed some troops there. Went right through the little pathway there. Let's get back to this close-up, guys. Do you think the defenders have enough? I mean, I think it's very unlikely. But if they're really smart with their trebuchet, if they can just get some lucky hits and cause the enemy to chain route, anything is possible. Oh, here comes a volley of fire arrows. Check this out, guys. Here it comes. Oh, nice. It wasn't that big of a volley, but you do see some fire arrows just flying all over the place. Oh, and they destroyed... Oh, they did some damage to that trebuchet, 60%. But Sicily's army, man, it just feels endless. Just never-ending Normans and sword and buckler men. And here's the Spanish general bravely fighting with his men in the front lines. Back, you demons. Back to the gates of hell. That is great. I love watching the generals fight bravely next to their men in the front lines. Oh, we do have some units breaking here, though. Massive chain route. Look at that. 2 units there. 3 units now. Breaking from the fight. They are just Pavi's crossbows, but... Oh, no. Oh, damn. That catapult getting so many kills. That damn catapult. Oh, my God. Oh, they destroyed the trebuchet. They're down to 1 for that unit. And look at this brutal front line. The Spanish are surrounded. The Scottish are surrounded, but yet they fight on because they believe that they can break them. They fight because that's their only hope. They have no way to escape, and they know if they lose, they will be slaughtered. Their people will be raped and killed. So they fight for their people. They fight for their lives. They fight for justice. Yeah, but Sicily really pushing hard over here. And it looks like, yes, they did silence the trebuchet over here, so now they're just down to this one trebuchet. He's got some noble swordsmen, Scotland, trying to protect this one because this is their final hope. This is their only hope. Oh man, this is another great screenshot area over here. I wish I could get some nice, like, really close to this fight. Oh, and there goes the Spanish general, but that's okay because they have infinite morale in the town center. They won't break, but it is a very sad sight to see the Spanish general defender there die. Oh man, Scotland is breaking, or not Scotland, Sicily is breaking there. They need to keep it up. They need to kill the generals for the attackers. Is this trebuchet out of ammo? What's going on? I don't know. It's not firing. And look at this, guys. Look at all these little invading men right here. It's just too many for them to handle. Come on, Scotland. Got some archers over here. This is a good time to use fire arrows because you're weakening their morale a little bit. Now Scotland's committing in their noble Highland archers, just trying to keep back all the infantry. Scotland protecting the very flanks of their men. Oh, jeez. Oh, a bunch of Scottish there. Cut down. Oh, what is this? Why is he firing this? This is how you kill your own men. He's firing the culverine. It killed some of his own allies there. And now we have some Cav committing to the fight. They're like, let's end this right now. Charge in the Cav. The chivalric knights. Oh, and there goes the Scottish general. So all defending generals are dead. The Sicilians are storming around and cutting down the defenders. And they are completely surrounded at this point. Doesn't look like they're going to live through the night, guys. But the pikes continue to fight on. Spain is pretty much gone from the battlefield. They're pretty much all dead. And it's all down to Scotland. Do you think they have enough? I don't. I think this is over. Unless they get the most amazing chain route. If they could kill all 3 generals, like right now. Like a cutscene one after another. Dead, dead, dead. I don't think it's going to be enough. Oh, I got the archers over here. I mean, you gotta give credit to the Scottish here. I think they're gonna get a ton of kills, and they're bravely fighting to the end. These noble swordsmen, bravely fighting to the end. Look at this, the catapult again. The catapult is like now the standard. It's the English standard. It gives the English morale because it's just like a war hero now. It's gotten so many kills in this fight. Look, they don't even care. They're just ramming it down their throats. This is our catapult. Look at it in all of our glory, all of its glory. Someone died there. That was gruesome. An arrow to the throat. And in 2 minutes, it looks like they're going to control this settlement. Scotland is down to his noble swordsmen. And they are like down to like 2. And then the pikes are getting cut down. And that is the battle, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed this epic fight. It wasn't exactly close, but it was really epic, is what I'm trying to say. It was really, really fun to watch. Very epic stand by the defenders in this little courtyard. I wouldn't say they made a lot of mistakes. It's just that the attackers did very, very well. I mean, look at this. Every one of those attackers getting a ton of kills. 601, 609, and Sicily getting the most, 619. This was sent in by Scary77, so thank you so much for the battle replay. This one was really epic. Lots of artillery, lots of epic fighting going on, big massive fights going on in the courtyard in the second layer wall. I feel like if the defenders kind of prepared the second layer a little bit better, you know, had their archers up on the walls, tried to keep them back, contain them a little bit better, they could have done a little bit better in this defense. And also, if they didn't bring trebuchets, I feel like that was another big issue there. The trebuchets kind of hurt them more than helped them. They did get some good hits with them, but they could have done a lot better with catapults or a mortar or something like that. So, good game to the defenders. Scotland getting almost 1,000, and Spain kind of suffering there, only getting 500, and that is not good when you're defending. Let's go ahead and look at the results. We are going to see the English army results here. See who did the best. It looks like, ooh, 100 and... The catapult getting 172 kills. Nothing even comes close to that. I think the second highest is 41 here, Armored Swordsman, and the Knights Hospitaller. Very interesting. So, very cool battle, guys. Remember, it is Siege Week, so I hope you enjoyed this week. And if you enjoyed this battle and you're excited about Siege Week, be sure to like the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.